Anyway, live, it is again a Speaking Tip Tuesday, which is why I have my Speaking Tip Tuesday shirt on. Yeah, S for Speaking Tip. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Age old speaking advice that you've probably heard from your speech teacher. You may have heard it from a drama teacher. Well, I guess only if they were teaching you public speaking. I don't know. You probably heard it at Toastmasters. You may have heard it at Dale Carnegie. I don't know. It's in a lot of speaking books. It's garbage. It's ridiculous. It's boring. You're not a research paper where you give them your thesis and then you tell them what your points are going to be and then you give them their points and then you conclude by going over your points again. Oh my goodness, how boring can that possibly be? Let me tell you what the history of that particular way of speaking is. It goes back to wartime when people were having to train young boys to go to war. Tell them what they got to do. Tell them what you're going to tell them to do, then tell them what to do, and then tell them what you told them to do. In other words, keep things very simple, very direct. Repeat it 3 times, and that way they can stay focused when they're on the battlefield. It's a World War II training technique that then made it into the speaking world. Now, are there some good aspects to this old tradition? Well, there are if you are a trainer. If you're out there giving a speech that is specifically designed to teach information and you're going to be speaking for a long period of time, this can provide a good map. You're going to tell them what you're going to tell them so that they're ready to take notes and to know where they're going, and then you tell them what you told them you were going to tell them, and then at the end you remind them what you told them. Okay, if you're a trainer or a teacher, I can see how that particular format is going to work. But if you're just giving a speech, if you're trying to be entertaining, if you're trying to be motivating, then providing that type of a roadmap can destroy suspense. It can cause people to tune out. If you tell them what you're going to tell them and they realize, oh, well, I already know those things, they can dismiss you out of hand and not listen to the rest of your speech. So why would you possibly do that? I don't believe in telling them what you're going to tell them. Now, I do believe in telling them what their problem is and telling them that you have a solution to that problem, which is essentially telling them what you're going to tell them. You're telling them that you have a solution to their problem. That whatever it is you're talking about, you have a positive outcome for them. But you don't tell them totally how to get that positive outcome at the beginning. That's what you use the middle of your speech for. That's when you go through your points. And then at the end, you do tell them what you told them in a sense by reviewing those points, depending on how long your speech was. But don't telegraph what it is you're going to say at the beginning of your speech by telling them what you're going to tell them. Better to start your speech with something that gets their attention and then helps you empathize with them, helps them see that you understand them and where they're at. You understand the problem that they have, and you're there to help solve it and give them a positive outcome. But if you come out and just say, hey, I know you have this problem, I'm going to talk to you about these 3 steps. Do this, do this, do this. And you're going to have a great time, great outcome. And then you tell them those things, it's not as creative. It's not as exciting. It's not as compelling as coming at it from a little bit of a misdirection point of view and a surprise point of view, being able to tell them stories where then they discover the answers, the points for themselves. So don't fall back on that old maxim unless, again, you're a trainer. Then it works. Otherwise, tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. My goodness, by the time you tell them what you're going to tell them, half of them just don't want to hear it. And neither do I. Oh, I can't wait to hear the comments on this one. Roadmap, roadmap. You got to give them a roadmap. Okay. All right. Well, hey, go out there, speak anyway, win anyway. I'll be here tomorrow on Weight Loss Wednesday for Win Anyway Live.